So after watching Thugs of Hindustan, I thought I'd be in the clear of watching shitty movies in the movie theater until November 29th when 2.0 drops. But boy, oh boy, did the gods drop me with this one because they said, no, 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 no. You're not done with the month of November. There's not going to be just 2 shitty movies. There's going to be 3. As of this moment, it is the worst movie of 2018. Holy shit. This movie sucked. Thugs of Hindustan, Race 3, better movies than this. I mean, fuck. First of all, I had to pay a $16 premium ticket price to see this piece of shit. The things that I watched over the course of 2 hours and 45 plus fucking minutes just blew my mind in all of the worst ways. For those of you who like the subject matter, watch Newton. Just do yourself a favor and watch Newton. It's way more plausible than this fucking overdramatic piece of shit. First things first, we're introduced to VJ, through the eyes of like all these other CEOs because VJ's coming to town. And when VJ comes to town, he has that reputation of taking over. And notice how I call him VJ because I don't even know what his fucking character name is because it's kind of irrelevant. It's VJ. Everyone knows it's VJ because you just fucking look at him. It's just him. It's just the way he acts and winks at the camera and does all these other shit. Like, that's why people go pay to watch his movies. I can see that. So we get this buildup of like who this guy is, who's this mastermind, and like, okay, cool, I'm with it. I'm involved because we don't know why he's coming. And maybe he is going to buy out one of these companies or something. But no, he's going to vote. Okay, cool. Nothing wrong with going to vote. I support that message as a matter of fact because democracy is super important. You need to go out and vote. If you don't vote, then you're not a part of society. And if you're not a part of society, don't complain when fucking society forgets about you. He goes to vote and someone's actually voted in his place. It's an illegal vote. And he just flew all this way. Fucking, he's angry. I get it. But then he's like, call the prime minister, call the this, call the whatever. And so he has so much pull, he just calls. He's one of the most overdramatic fucking people in the. Like, he literally has his little henchman running up to him. I called the embassy 8 times, sir. He's not answering. What do I do? Super dramatic. Super dramatic. Okay, so we'll go with that. Let's just say he cares about voting this much. So he studies all night. He studies the Indian Constitution all night because he's this badass CEO. So of course he's going to study the Indian Constitution. Okay. It's a little bit of a stretch, but I'll go with it. It's a movie. I'm not gonna. It's early into a movie too. I'm not gonna judge it yet, because he's preparing for a meeting to basically ensure that the election stops until he casts his vote, because he has the right to vote. So during this meeting, he's there. The Chief Justice is there, like the head of voting or whatever is there. Like all these key figures are there. And VJ, the CEO, has nothing to do with politics, not a politician, just a CEO, reveals to the Chief Justice, someone who should know the fucking laws of the land, that there's these Article Section 49B0, blah, blah, blah. This law says that if it's illegal, I'm allowed a ballot, and then the ballot, da-da-da-da-da. And then the Chief Justice looks at the voting guy, is this a law? Is this the case? What the fuck? You're the Chief Justice. If you don't know, why should I trust anything you do? That makes me feel like, based on this, as a foreigner, as an outsider, that the people in this part of India, the Chief Justices in this part of India, are so fucking stupid that they wouldn't know the law. Shame on the fucking filmmakers for making you do that, because there's so many different creative ways you could have relayed that same piece of information without making the court of law look stupid. That's just my opinion. I'm not even a fucking Indian, so that shouldn't even bother me. But it does. And then it cuts to some weird shit with some self-immolation, which is something that gets brought up twice. The driver's driving VJ around and whatever, and they pass by this home, and then they're like, oh, there's a family here, and they couldn't afford the loan, and so the father lit himself on fire as well as his wife and his 2 daughters. And one of the daughters survived. And that's a pretty fucking brutal scene, because you actually see the children get lit on fire, which I was actually very surprised at, to be honest with you. I was not expecting that at all. It changed the tone of the movie in that moment, because I was like, oh shit, this got serious. I'm like, okay, maybe all of this overhyped nonsense is going to be for something. Maybe there's going to be a better underlying message here. And VJ goes to visit the girl, and and then you kind of forget that thread. The movie forgets about it until later when it needs it. When VJ's mom's like, why are you even doing this? Blah, blah, blah. And then VJ takes the whole family to like these hospitals and like, look at this guy. He lost his legs because of this. Look at this guy. He lost his arms because of this. Look at this little boy. He has fucking fever. Everyone's corrupt in the government. And it's like, in my mind, I'm like, you're going to tell me some CEO is going to do a tour of the fucking hospital and say, look at this guy. He's fucked up. Look at this guy. He's fucked up. Look at this guy. He's fucked up. Look at this little kid. He's fucked up. You mean he couldn't have just told these fucking people, hey man, you know what, mom? I've been visiting this hospital where they have this and this and this. It's really bad. No, he had to take them there? He had to do a tour? Again, lazy fucking writing. Lazy writing. That tomato scene was pretty fucking good, and I didn't see anybody dying. So, you know, maybe that this movie should have received a few more fucking revisions before it was produced. This is pretty fucking pathetic in my opinion. After the election happens, before it gets postponed and straight up canceled, there is a winner technically. And, you know, they want to, there's like this whole conspiracy to like get the guy fucking sworn into office before VJ is allowed to protest the vote. And then And there's the daughter of the main fucking guy in charge is the mastermind behind all this shit, which is never fucking explained, but because she's a criminal since birth. Oh, so I believe that she comes up with all these contrived fucking plot points, but we'll get to that in a second. So there's this whole ceremony where, you know, oh, by 10 a.m., you know, fucking VJ is going to have his thing, and then at 8 a.m. he's going to be sworn in, so even if he wins, it doesn't matter because he'll already be in office, blah, 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 blah. Why would you fucking swear someone in if there's a contesting in the voting process? Again, another representation of Indian government that I don't know is true or not. I cannot believe that it's that fucking bad that you would swear someone into office before the vote is finalized. Before we go into the act break, we go into this like huge fight scene at the mansion, which is fucking ridiculous. And that was funny too, because later on in the movie, somehow through the recordings of the cameras inside of the political office, you see the whole event take place. If you're gonna use that as like a plot device where you have like CCTV footage of the fight, just shoot one master shot of the whole thing, put a filter on it so it looks like it's coming from a fucking camera. When they leak the footage to the press, it shows like the low angle shot of the guy being slammed into the ground. Oh, you mean the security cameras that were in the fucking floor, that captured that, right? Get the fuck out of here. Tell me you couldn't set up one fucking GoPro in there for 15 fucking minutes for this one fucking cutaway? Lazy filmmaking. Then after the intermission, you have some random guy bringing the incriminating evidence to VJ. Just out of nowhere, he just brings him all this shit. The dad getting murdered. Made fucking no sense. I mean, I get it. It's because it's about the office. Office before the family, and whatever I need to do to secure the office is what I need to do. And if that means killing my own father, whatever. But it's just like, give her some fucking backstory. You spent so much money on the fight scenes, on the fucking dance scenes. You're telling me you couldn't spend some extra time writing some character for her fucking bitch ass? I mean, Jesus. She didn't do shit. Oh, let me just talk on the phone and be evil. I'm gonna be evil. Oh, okay, well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this, this, and this, because I know everything. Because I've totally experienced opposition in my life before, and the moment I do, I'm gonna know everything what to do. Oh, there's this fucking CEO coming? Oh, I know all about him. Well, you're gonna do this, and you're gonna do this, and it's gonna work out fine. Voila. That's what I think of that. Fucking bullshit. That's what it was. Bullshit. You know what? This is a perfect time to start ranting about the fucking audio for this production. I ranted about it in the trailer, and let me be clear. I am not talking about the score here, because in the fucking trailer reaction, I had people coming at me saying, well, this was scored by Academy Award-winning fucking composer. The sound's not bad. Your ears are bad. Well, you know what? Your ears are fucking bad because you can't listen, because I said the dialogue is terrible. The way it's captured. Let me give you an example. So I have my sound recorder here, okay, and the sound recorder records everything. And this is an example of what the audio sound like in certain spots. So this is a warning though. It's going to sound terrible. I'm going to lower the volume so it doesn't sound so loud, but it's going to sound super distorted. This is what the audio sounded like in the theater. Hi, my name is VJ, and I'm going to record this line. Hi, hi, hi. So this is what it sounded like. This is how the audio sounded like. This is what I mean when the audio sounds terrible. So now I'm gonna turn it back down. So for those of you out there who are wondering why I keep complaining about that, it's because when you get money, there's no fucking excuse for having bad audio. When you have a superstar like VJ, that means you're gonna have some fucking money. Does that mean you're gonna have 2.0 money? No, absolutely not. Is this a Thugs of Hindustan money? Absolutely not. There's no excuse for this shit. What it sounds like is you guys on set didn't do any sync sound and you try to ADR everything. Either A, your equipment sucks because it sounded like he's talking like this into the mic, talking like this in the mic, and I'm waiting. Literally, that's what it sounds like. So get fucking better mics. Spend some of that money, okay? Spend $1,000. Fucking get a closet and record your fucking lines in there. Do I have to do your job for you? I mean, really? You know what? That didn't sound good. Let's do it again. Mix it. I mean, speaking of mixing, holy shit. Did they just say, let's just crank everything to 11? Everything to 11. The fucking score to 11. The dialogue to 11. Everything's peaking. I mean, I almost felt like covering my ears at some point because it's just so fucking loud. I mean, I don't get it. I really don't get it. Do they like mix? Were they mixing on a television? Like no speakers, no fucking anything. They're just like, oh, this sounds good on this television. Maybe it'll sound good in movie theaters. I don't know, but it was fucking ridiculous. That's all I fucking know. I mean, I haven't even gotten to so many fucking other aspects. I forget. And as soon as this review's over, I'm gonna just be like, oh, I didn't talk about this. Oh, I didn't talk about that. I mean. Fuck, man. Worst fucking movie of the year. Worst fucking movie of the year. There's the car scene at the end where the car fucking hits VJ and he flips over it and then lands on his feet. And then the cars bust out of the fucking warehouses. Like, they just bust out of the warehouses, which is so smart. We're gonna park our cars in sheds and wait for VJ to come. And when he comes, we're gonna fucking drive out of them so the sheds can cover our windshields and we have no idea where we're going. Actually, you know what? I'm done with this review. I'm done. I can't. I'm gonna bust a fucking blood vessel here. Fuck. Worst movie of the year. Fuck off, Sarkar.